Hi guys, Kate here from the Kyrie Tree. I look forward to taking you through your 20-minute Bums and Tums workout. It's a full 20-minute video focusing on the hips, so bottom area, as well as the tummy, waist and abs. I look forward to going through the workout with you and seeing how you go at the end. Let's pop down onto our mat. We're going to start with a nice warm-up, which will just consist of some glute bridges, one of my favorite. We're going to put our feet underneath our knees, and we're simply just going to be lifting our bottom, squeezing it nice and tight as we lift it up into the air. And we're just going to be giving some circulation, some blood flow into the lower half of our body. Beautiful. So the key with this one is to push through your heels, lifting your hips up and squeezing your bum together nice and tight to get those glutes fired off. With your arms, you can either have them on the ground, so you're pushing through to help push you up, or if you want to challenge your balance and work a bit harder, just lift your arms up into the air. Beautiful. You can either choose to stay here or lift your heels up the whole time, and now we're going to be bridging up onto our toes, engaging our hamstrings and calves. And wherever you're at, I'm going to get you to hold it in the air, and you're going to do little pulses for 10 seconds, for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back down. Now that we're nice and warm, let's all pop onto our side, and we're going to start just isolating one side of the glute, and we're just going to start with some nice simple leg lifts. All right, so I say simple, but this is actually a really hard and effective muscle to work out to target this glute muscle right here. So you can either have your foot flexed, as I am, or you can be pointing your toe. Either way, the leg's nice and strong. You're going to be trying to hit that wall and reach that wall behind you as you lift up. And really important that you're engaging underneath here as well. So I'm not just dropping down into that elbow. I'm lifting through the arm. I'm contracting the underwaist and lifting, and now we're all going to hold up and just do little pulses as well, whilst maintaining a nice Pilates posture, or at least switching on the abs, because remember, we're working bums and tums, so we're going to be working both. We're just holding up for another 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, lift a little higher, for 2, 1, beautiful. Give that a little bit of a tap. We're going to stay on this side, and we're going to have both legs nice and straight, or the bottom leg can be slightly bent for balance. And we're just going to be doing some leg sweeps. So just as the exercise says, I'm literally just sweeping my leg backwards and forwards. I like to think of it, you're trying to paint the wall behind you in just a nice swooshing movement. And remember, you have all this contracted underneath here, or if you prefer, you can be down on your arm just to relax the underwaist and just focus solely on the leg. Beautiful. You can either keep sweeping, or we're going to start to bunny hop the leg. So little bumpity bumpers up and down, just working different parts of that glute as we're going backwards and forwards, still in our sweeping motion and firing off that left glute. Beautiful. Let's all hold that leg out no matter where you're at, and we're just going to finish off with some pulses towards the roof. Straighten that leg a little bit longer. Don't forget to breathe to help you for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's give that glute a bit of a rest. Rolling onto our back, and we're going to go with a typical Pilates 100. So if you know the 100, I want you to jump straight into the movement with your breath work. If it's new for you, I just want you to start pumping your arms up and down whilst lifting your chest up. You pretend you've got 2 beach balls under here, and you're just pushing, breathing in for 5 seconds, breathing out for 5 seconds. So it'll look like this. Breathe in, breathe out for 2, in and out. Pop up into the tabletop now that you're familiar with the move. If you can't get the breath work, it can be quite confusing if you're first doing this. I just recommend you focus solely on the arms and breathing in and out, lifting your chest a little bit higher. You have another 10 seconds. Breathing out. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop back down, hug those knees in towards your chest. Beautiful. Let's reset. We're going to bring our legs back up into tabletop and we're going to start doing some toe taps, okay? So I've got my back flat onto the ground, so push it down into the mat, or you can put your hands underneath your tailbone to sort of help feel your back pushing in to protect your lower back. And you're just tapping your foot down, sort of like you're about to tap it or tiptoe into some water, and then you pull back up and you're really working the lower abs here. So you can either stay here, or if you want to make it a bit harder, you're just going to lift your chest up off the ground. So we're going to activate the top abs, and you can start to straighten one leg out as well. Again, if you want to further challenge yourself, okay? It's really important with any type of exercise, you pick the level of intensity that you feel like doing on that day. Some days you feel a bit stronger than others. Sometimes you're a bit fatigued. So it's just important to listen to your body and take the challenges if you want to, or start nice and gentle if that suits you better. Let's go for another 3, 2, last one. Hug both knees into the chest. We're going to do another exercise very similar, slightly different. Bring that chest up again. This time I'm going to be holding one knee, bringing it to my chest and lifting my chest up towards the knee. We call this one leg stretch, and we're just going to go a little bit faster. And switch, and switch, and breathing. Beautiful. If this feels a bit intense, you can drop the head down, or you can go back to your toe taps just by alternating each leg with your head down or your head up. Again, just picking what's going to suit you best. And we're going to change the rhythm. We're going to go in, 2, and switch, 2, and lift that chest up a bit higher. We've only got 10 more seconds. Can you get that leg that a bit longer, a bit straighter? We've got another 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring those legs in. And we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to be working our other leg. So I'm going to turn over like this. And we're going to be heading straight into our leg lifts on the other side, just like that. Excellent. So again, you're either going to be engaging, holding up through here, through the side waist, or you're going to be lying down on your arm, whatever suits you best. Just engaging a nice straight leg, lifting it to the ceiling. The higher you lift, the more you're working out, the better results you're going to get as well when you put your body into a challenge state. Okay, remember, challenges are different for everybody. Just do it so you feel that muscle working, you start to feel fatigue, because it's in those moments when it is fatiguing and you push it that a little bit harder, not into a bad state of injury, but just that little bit more than what maybe slightly out of the comfort zone. Let's pulse up. That's when you're going to get the results, okay? And breathing. Hold that belly in. Another 3. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful. Give that top hip a bit of a pat. We're going to move straight into our leg sweeps and forwards and backs. Beautiful. All right, so goal here is just move that top leg. So we don't kind of want to be moving the top body around to make the leg seem like it's getting further. It's actually not about distance. It's just about moving the leg to as far as it can go and then bringing it back whilst holding everything else nice, straight and strong. Beautiful. If you wanted to add in those little bunny hops again, we call them, just forwards and back. You're just going to be lifting that leg up, little bumpity bumps, like you're driving along the road and you've got a few speed humps, and you're just lifting it up there, and that's just going to engage that muscle in a slightly different way. Beautiful. Wherever you're at, let's just all hold that leg forward for our pulses as we finish off this exercise. For the last 10 seconds, lift up. Can you go a little bit higher? Breathing. Beautiful. Last 3, 2, 1. Drop that down. Give that a bit of a pat down. Let's drop onto our bellies. We're moving straight into our side waist. Top arm long, both legs long, and we're simply going to be lifting our bottom hips off the ground, okay? So lifting them together, and what you'll start to do is feel your top waist moving. Now, if you would like to, you're gonna lift your top arm as well. So it's kind of like you're reaching towards your feet and your feet are reaching towards your head. And you're gonna bring your rib cage down towards your pelvis as you breathe out. And you feel that side ab crunch from the side. This is a really nice exercise, also challenging the balance. If it's too much, just put that hand down until you get the hang of it. Otherwise, let's reach a bit higher. This time we're gonna hold up and pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and squeeze a little higher. The higher you go, the harder you work. Let's go. We've got less than 10 seconds, and pulse, and reach for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love that one. All right, guys, still gonna work sideways, but this time we're gonna tack the underneath one, and we're just gonna hold a nice side plank. So a couple options here. Start off on your knees. Either way, you're gonna be lifting this rib up. So pretend you've got a little fire burning underneath you, and you're basically lifting up so you're not getting burnt, okay? So reach away from that. Otherwise, you're gonna take a full side plank. You're gonna be holding up, there we go, just like this. Again, lifting up here, so just pulling that rib cage and pelvis together, pull that belly in, breathing, and you're gonna add a few dips, down and up, and down and up. Beautiful. If you can get to the ground, great. If you can only do a couple of inches, that's also good too. Remember that shoulder is working nice and hard. If you need to drop down, you can still be doing your side lifts on your knees as well, and you're lifting up every time you're doing it. We're going for another 5 seconds. Last 3, 2, 1. Come back down. All right, let's roll straight onto our belly, and we're gonna go back to working those legs out a bit more. We're gonna do a double leg stretch. All right, just bringing those legs in and out. You might be able to notice that I am lifting both of my knees off the ground, okay? If you're at home, you can simply rest your head down. I'm gonna keep an eye on you, and just bringing your feet in towards your bum and pushing out. And it's like you're pushing out nice and slow, like you've got to resist through mud, okay? And what that is doing is getting the quads and hamstrings to work a bit harder as well. Hamstrings are at the bottom of the glute muscles, so your buttocks muscles. So if you're gonna work those out, you'll need to work the hamstrings out as well. Let's go a little bit faster. In and out. You can always alternate and do one leg at a time if that is your preference, and breathe. Keep those knees up higher. That's it. Lift your belly up off the mat to engage your abs, to protect your lower back. We've got another 3, last 2, last 1. Drop down, shake from side to side. All right, let's bend up both legs. Gonna put those toes together, and this time we're gonna be lifting up both knees and down. Lifting up and down. This is one of my favorite exercises. Sort of got your knees like in a child's pose, and you're just lifting up as high as you can and squeezing your bum, and you'll feel both of those glutes come together. And breathe. And that's it. Let's hold up. Let's do some double pulses. And pulse. And pulse. And breathe. And squeeze your bum and breathe. And in. And down. And up. And down. Hold up. Hold it to the ceiling just in one movement. We've got 10 seconds in here. Squeeze it up a little bit higher for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Give those legs a bit of a shake. Let's roll on to our side. I'm gonna roll over again. I'm gonna work the opposite side waist. Beautiful. Both legs straight, arm and reaching up. Beautiful. Now, remember, you can just do the legs. I'm gonna jump straight into the arms because we're all familiar with this exercise now, and reach a bit higher. Beautiful, and just pause up the top. When you pause, you really get a contraction of that muscle. Breathing in and out. Excellent. Now we've already worked this muscle just before when we did a bridge, so you probably will feel it a little bit more intensely than what you did the other side. That's okay. We're going to be also working the underwaist, and we want to really challenge these ab muscles to work harder, to challenge so they support and get stronger. Let's go. Let's hold up for our pulses. Holding your legs up and your chest up, and reach and for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Beautiful. Let's jump straight into our side bridge on the other side, and then we are all done with the sideways. You'll be happy to hear. Beautiful. So remember, pick your poison. You're going to be on your knees, or you're going to jump straight up into a side bridge, lifting away from the floor. You're forming basically a nice rainbow up there, and your feet can either be on top of each other or staggered. I don't mind. Everyone has a preference. And when it comes to the arm, if you're feeling a lot of pressure on the shoulder, I want you to either A, adjust yourself, bring your elbow in so it's more under your shoulder, or drop down to your knees until you get that shoulder strength, because we don't want to injure our shoulder in a side plank position, because that is not going to be good for anyone. All right, so remember, we have our dips. Beautiful. Coming down as comfortable or as far as you can go, and then lifting up and squeezing that underbelly. Beautiful. We got another 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, give me last 2, last 1. Oh, beautiful. I'm starting to feel that, so hopefully you are as well. Let's jump back onto our back. We've got our last couple of exercises to go. Beautiful. Legs up into the air. We're going to be reaching up and down. Reach up and down. Just going to position myself so you can see me a little bit better. So my legs are straight. However, you can do this with bent knees. That's not a problem. But you're essentially trying to touch your toes, so you're lifting your chest up off the ground. Okay, I'm going to show you a modified version where you put your feet down, lifting up towards your knees and back down, and hold it. Use that top muscle. Beautiful. Wherever you are, I want you to hold it up and do little pulses. If you're up here, it'll be last 10 seconds. Lift that chest a bit higher. For 3, last 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hug those knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. Let's put those legs back down. We're going to finish off with going back to our original bridging. I'm going to do a couple of variations. So I'm going to go on one leg here, and I'm simply going to be lifting my leg up and down, okay? So lifting off on one side, and we're just going to be waving that leg around up and down. Nice straight leg, or you can do it with a bit of a bent leg and touch the toe, but essentially your standing leg, the one that's not moving, is the one working. All right, let's change it. Hold the leg up. We're going to be dipping up and down. Each time you breathe out, push through the heel. Now, if that's quite challenging, you're welcome to put your leg down and just go back to a two-legged bridge. But if you can, try to challenge yourself, pushing up and isolating, working that one muscle. We've only got about 5 seconds to go. Then we're going to swap legs. We've got 3, push up a bit higher, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring that leg down and reset. Shake your hips from side to side. Let's go. One leg brig on the opposite leg. Leg nice and straight, and we're just going to be waving that leg up and down. Beautiful. The more you wave the leg, the more it challenges your balance. Also a bit of flexibility in there as well. But it's really this muscle here that's doing all the work, holding up and helping with the balance, okay? Beautiful. Last 5 seconds before we change up, and we're just going to do dips on one leg. Beautiful. Let's go for 2, 1, up and down, and squeeze. And squeeze. So remember, if this is too much, you're just going to drop down into 2 legs, doing the same exercise. 2 instead of 1, otherwise keep going with your one leg. Push, last 10 seconds, breathing out. Breathe out. Breathe out. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your legs down, hug your knees in. And we are all done. Beautiful. Hope you guys enjoyed your 20-minute Bums and Tums workout. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in our next video.